Hello, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name is Bethanne. Today I am doing the Quick to Judge book challenge. I was tagged to do this by Mary and Joe over at BookBinge, and the original challenge was created by BookBinge, so I will leave a link to her video below as well. So to complete the challenge, all you have to do is pick 5 to 10 unread books from your shelves. Then you read the first paragraph of every book. You rank the books based off of those first paragraphs, and you read your highest ranked book soon. BookBinge says add it to your upcoming TBR. So I definitely want to get to my highest ranked book in May. So I really like this type of challenge. I actually haven't done one before, but there's also one where you read like the first line of a book or the first sentence of a book, and I really like that as well. And one thing I like is that you can just repeat it. Like, I don't know, I love hearing people being judgy about the opening of a book, and so you can just keep doing it with a handful of books each time. So with that in mind, I wanted to sort of organize my selection a little bit. So I decided to choose 5 books from written by Georgette Heyer from my shelves, and use these for my first iteration of this tag. So for anyone who doesn't know, Georgette Heyer is a historical novelist, and in particular historical romance and Regency romance. So if you don't like those things, maybe you want to leave this video right now. But hopefully some of you stick around. So the books that we have here are oh gosh, they're all just crappy paperbacks. I'm sorry. We have The Tollgate, Venetia, The Black Moth, Regency Buck, and Frederica. Now, 2 of these, Venetia and Frederica, I think would be rereads for me, but I love Georgette Heyer, so that's okay. That's why I hang on to all these really low-quality paperbacks. And also Frederica, I don't think I've read this since high school. Venetia, I read like 5 or 6 years ago. So I think I'm allowing rereads for this. Okay, so without further ado, let's read the first paragraph of The Tollgate. The 6th Earl of Saltash glanced round the immense dining table and was conscious of a glow of satisfaction. It was an emotion not shared by his butler or by his steward, each of whom had served the 5th Earl and remembered with a wealth of nostalgic detail the various occasions upon which the state dining room had been used to entertain royalty, foreign ambassadors, and ton parties of great size and brilliance. The 5th Earl had been a public man. It was otherwise with his son, who had neither the desire nor the ability to fill a great office. Indeed, so little expectation had he of entertaining even the most undistinguished scion of a royal house, that the state apartments at Easterby might have fallen into total disuse had he not, at the age of 30, become betrothed to the Lady Charlotte Calne. So that's interesting. So we have a son who's not living up to the expectations of his father, which I'm always kind of a fan of. Parental expectations are hard to meet. And it sounds like he might be rescued from social obscurity by his upcoming marriage. So this leaves me wondering, I'm like, wait, so is he going to be the love interest of like a plucky young heroine who's going to disrupt the marriage? Or is the woman he's betrothed to going to find someone else? What's going to happen? Or is he a side character? I don't know. Anyway, that was interesting. Okay. Next we have Venetia, which again I read 5 or 6 years ago and I loved. All right, chapter 1. Ooh, we start with someone talking. A fox got in amongst the hens last night and ravaged our best layer, remarked Miss Lanyon. A great-grandmother, too. You'd think he would be ashamed. Receiving no answer, she continued in an altered voice, Indeed you would. It is a great deal too bad. What is to be done? Oh my gosh. I really love this book. Why does it start out with such a terrible paragraph? I don't care about some great-grandmother hen. That also just like reminds me of the way my grandma used to talk, which was like endearing but also a little bit annoying. The like, oh, you bad fox, you should be ashamed because that hen had lots of babies. Like, oh gosh. Okay, nope, this one is below The Tollgate. All right. Next we have The Black Moth, which I have not read. Okay, prologue. All right, let's start with the first paragraph of the prologue then. Clad in his customary black and silver, with raven hair unpowdered and elaborately dressed, diamonds on his fingers and in his cravat, Hugh Tracy Clare Belmanoir, Duke of Andover, sat at the escritoire in the library of his townhouse, writing. He sounds handsome. and rich. I dig it. So, yeah, he sounds handsome and rich, but like, there's nothing, I don't know, there's nothing interesting yet, right? So I think I'm going to put this obviously goes above Venetia with the chicken. But I think I'm still more interested in the Tollgate, where we had the sixth Earl, who's not as social as the fifth. Oh my gosh, Britain is so difficult. The sixth Earl, who's not as social as the fifth Earl. All right. Next, we have Regency Buck by Georgette Heyer. Again, another one I have not read. Chapter 1. Newark was left behind, and the post-chastened four entered on a stretch of flat country which offered little to attract the eye or occasion remark. Miss Taverner withdrew her gaze from the landscape and addressed her companion, a fair youth who was lounging in his corner of the chaise somewhat sleepily surveying the back of the nearest postboy. "How tedious it is to be sitting still for so many hours at a stretch," he remarked. "When do we reach Grantham, Perry?" That's a kind of boring opener, not gonna lie. So yeah, I'm gonna put this one, I'm gonna put it below The Handsome Gentleman. So yeah, here we have the unsocial son not living up to the father, might get saved by his betrothed. Here we have the handsome gentleman. Here we have boring country drive. Here we have the fox killed the chicken. Okay, this is kind of more fun than I was expecting it to be. All right. And then Frederica, which I think I read 15 years ago or so I don't remember anything about it. Okay. Not more than 5 days after she had dispatched an urgent missive to her brother, the most honorable, the Marquis of Alverstoke, requesting him to visit her at his earliest convenience, the widowed Lady Buxted was relieved to learn from her youngest daughter that Uncle Vernon had just driven up to the house wearing a coat with dozens of capes and looking as fine as 5 pence. "In a smart new curricle, too, Mamma, and everything prime about him," declared Miss Kitty, flattening her nose against the window pane in her effort to squint down into the street. "He is the most tremendous swell, isn't he, Mamma?" Okay, wow. Because I read Pride and Prejudice recently, and so I'm immediately like, okay, that sounds like Kitty from Pride and Prejudice, just being like, ooh, rich guy with fancy clothes. Which is a little bit annoying. Also, Uncle Vernon, I almost cracked up when I read that because this isn't Harry Potter, and of course that's all I can think of. So yeah, I mean, we have that there was an urgent missive, so clearly something dramatic is going on. This family is going to experience trouble of some kind, and we now have, oh, and she's widowed. I wonder if she's going to be the one that then finds her love interest. I don't think so, though. No, I think Frederica is going to be the one who finds her love, right? So, okay, we're dealing with side characters here. Bleh, boring. Yeah, the urgent missive is interesting. Like, I do want to know what's going on with this character. But, yeah, so I think this is going to go below The Handsome Gentleman. There's a trend here. All right, so this is my final ranking. So on top, we have the Tollgate, which is the one that opened with the son not living up to the expectations of the father. The staff are concerned. And he's betrothed to somebody who maybe will salvage his social situation or something. So that's enough, like, there's stuff going on there. Like, I can see a story building right there, even if it maybe is a minor character. I don't know. So yeah, this one is the top choice. Next, we have The Handsome Gentleman, who all we know about him is that he can write, but, you know, he's handsome and rich, so good for you, dude. That was, oh, sorry, the name of the book is not The Handsome Gentleman, it's The Black Moth. Okay. Then third, we have Frederica, which is the one that I just read, where we have the urgent missive, and we had the character sounding very reminiscent of Kitty from Pride and Prejudice, even with the same name. And then we have Regency Buck, which I think started with sort of the boring country drive, which, like, that doesn't grab you into a book, right? And then last, we have a book that I really loved, which starts out with the chicken dying from the fox. So that's that. So anyway, that was fun. I thought it might be boring to do with just a single author, but I actually really enjoyed that. So I hope somebody watching that enjoyed it. But yeah, I think this tag is really fun. Oops, sorry. I obviously won't do this tag again anytime soon, but it seems like the sort of tag that might just be fun to pull out every few months and just pick, like, for me, maybe a different author that I have multiple unread books from, or within a genre or something, or just randomly stuff from my TBR shelf. But yeah, so this is fun. I think I will definitely do it again. All right, costume change. I ran out of time when I was previously filming, so now I'm back to just talk briefly about the people that I want to tag for this challenge. So, two of my standbys, I want to tag Courtney Verrider and Unread by the Book, because I love both of their channels, and our reading interests overlap a lot, and I love the way they think about books, and both of you can also be pretty spicy. So I would love to see you judge the first paragraphs of a few books. And then I wanted to tag some writers here on BookTube because it'd be interesting to hear their reactions to first paragraphs, since they know a lot more about how you construct the first paragraph of a book to draw readers in. So Margaret Pinard and John Walker both have more established BookTube channels, so I'd love to see both of you do this tag if you're interested. And then two new channels, David Wiley and Sophia at Sophia's Nest of Stories, and all of these channels will be down below. Oh, and John Walker is at Walker Writes is the name of his channel. But yeah, David Wiley and Sophia at Sophia's Nest of Stories both don't have a lot of video content up yet, but I've really appreciated the content that they do have, their reading tastes and thoughts about books, and then both of them have really had engaging, thoughtful comments, exchanges with me. So like with Margaret and Walker, I think it would be cool to hear your thoughts about the first paragraphs of some books. So I hope you all do the tag if you're interested. And thanks for watching if you stuck around this long, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks. Bye.